says I am, where he says I am, where he says I'm at, I know who I am. I'm working in power, I'm working miracles, I live a life of favor. I know who I am. I'm working in power, I'm working miracles, I live a life of favor. I know who I am. 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 Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are so sorry we are starting up late today, but it still promises to be very inspiring. Today we are going to be reading and talking about the book Dear Child. We have different covers for this book. Dear Child book, 24 things I wish I had known and understood early in life. Let's just wait a few minutes. Let's just, sing and dance for a few minutes before we get into it. We'll be reviewing 12 today, and then the next Sunday, which will be our last book review for the year, we'll be reviewing the second part of the 12. So stay tuned. It promises to be very, 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 very wonderful today. Take a look at me, I'm a wonder. It doesn't matter what you see now. Can you see his glory? I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I am. Okay. Wait, I think it was Christmas party, something like that. So while I was waiting, I was sitting on my table waiting. There were other parents there too. I saw these parents reading a book, and because I'm just so amazed when I see books, I want to know what the book is about. So I just leaned over. I wanted to know the title of the book, and it was so fascinating. When I read the title, it says a letter to my younger self. Something about my younger self. It's written by a Nigerian woman. I can't remember her name, and I really it got my attention, and I just leaned over to the lady. Before then, we had not chatted or anything. I just leaned over to the lady. I was like, please, can I see this book? Can I look at it? She was actually reading it. So she said, oh, no problem. She gave me. So I looked at it. I opened it. It was like, you know, a letter to your younger self, the things that you would have done, you know, like advising your younger self. This is how I would have done it. So I thought it was amazing. So I asked the lady, please, after reading this book, can I borrow this book? Or where did you buy the book? Okay, I asked, where did you buy the book? And she said, it's a gift someone gave her. And I said, do you know where I can buy this book? She said she doesn't know. But I was like, okay, I want to read this book. How can I, you know, borrow this book when you're done? So she said, no problem, that she's gonna, you know, lend me the book when she's done. So we exchanged numbers and addresses, and I was so excited. I came home, I couldn't wait to read the book. So she told me she had already gone halfway, that once she's done, she's gonna send to me so that I can read. So I think I called her up later on, then I went to her house and picked up the book. I was so happy. I read that book in hours, and it was so amazing. It's a compilation of advice by different prominent people, women in particular. I think there were a few men, you know, they were advising their younger self. And after reading that book, I lay down on the bed. I said, these are amazing, you know, advice. And I started thinking about things that I would really, you know, love my children to know, like my younger self, things I would have done differently. So the idea to write this book was born after reading that book. So I said, I need to really, then my children were younger. I think the eldest was maybe 9 or 8. And if I knew that if I started teaching them those things at that time, there is no way they will retain it. So I got another idea to write it down so that whenever they get to read it, you know, they will learn from it. And, you know, the way I was inspired at that time, I needed to write it, because if I didn't write it, I may forget with time. So I started thinking, what are those things that I would love my children to know? Those things that I wish I had known early in life that I would love them to. So I started putting those thoughts down. You cannot live this life on your own strength and power alone. A relationship with God through Jesus Christ is one of the most valuable relationships you can have in your life. Love God. He is your maker and He knows all about you. Learn to read and obey His word, the Bible. He will guide you in the right path and you will turn out well. You can start up this awesome relationship by simply saying these words: Lord, take my life and do something with it. Isn't it amazing? So the first advice here is to children to know that a relationship with God is the most valuable relationship they can ever have. You know, I'm actually talking to, you know, people of faith. You have your religion, you know the things that you believe in. I am a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in salvation through Jesus Christ. So this is what I want my children to know. So that is the first lesson. I hope it's good. I can't see comments. I don't know if you're writing anything, but I can't see any comment. Maybe after the program I may be able to look at the comments, but I can't see any right here. So I'll just go ahead and share, believing that you are following. So the second one is, dear child, remember we are talking about 24 things I wish I'd known and understood early in life. A letter to my child. Dear child, love and obey your parents. I know you've heard that a lot of times, but I'm saying it to you again because I want it to be well with you, and I want you to have a good, long life on earth. Loving and obeying your parents means that you should respect them, honor them, listen to them, and obey them. Sometimes it may feel like they don't understand you, but believe me when I say they do. And it's safer to listen to them, to obey them, than to just be on your own. And we understand that sometimes it's not easy to do these things by yourself. So we put a prayer here for the child to say, Lord, help me to love and obey my parents. You know, in this life, we cannot live it on our own, just like we stated in the first point. We cannot live this life on our own. We are not strong enough to live life on our own. We need God. We need a relationship with Jesus. We need the Holy Spirit to help us. So we shouldn't be shy or afraid to ask for help in everything, every little thing, even with things like helping you to obey your parents, to love your parents, to love your family, helping you to maintain a good relationship with God. You can say these prayers, Lord, help me. Lord, help me. So the third point here is, dear child, I want you what goes into your eyes and what you hear with your ears. What comes out of your mouth. These things are so important. What are the things that you allow yourself to see? You should love yourself enough to watch the things that you see. If they are not good for you, then you remove your eyes from there. Watch the things you hear. If you are where they are saying things that are not, remove yourself from there. Love yourself enough to watch the kind of words that come out of your mouth, because most times, you become those things that you say. Love yourself enough to respect yourself. How you treat yourself will determine how people will treat you. So when tempted to feel bad about yourself, remember that you are God's own child and He loves you too much. Isn't that good? Now, I know there are some funny parts here about loving yourself enough to give yourself a good bath. Sometimes children, go and take your bath. They will just go in, pour water, and come out. Part of loving yourself is actually taking time to scrub every part, clean yourself, brush your teeth. That is self-love. I hope that is good. Well, let's go to the next point, which is the fourth lesson. Dear child, be careful about your choice of friends. Bad friends corrupt good character. You may think that you're strong and that you'll change them, but most likely they will end up changing you. You have the ability to decide the type of people you want to be around. I love to be around people that are loving and kind-hearted. I'm sure you do too. So it is your responsibility to choose your friends and not let your friends choose you. You should know what you want, the kind of person you want, the kind of people you want to hang around with. Then you choose your friends based on your values. Don't allow people to choose you as their friends and begin to influence you negatively. It is your responsibility to put yourself in the right relationships. And when you find yourself in any relationship that is not good for you, you know relationships that are not good for you, everybody knows, then you remove yourself from there. You know, these are some of the things that we really didn't get to know. So we will just stay there. Maybe because you want to be loved, or you don't want to offend anybody, you just stay in their midst. Many times, not even sometimes, many times, good children have gotten themselves into huge problems just by hanging around the wrong people. Yes, they did the bad, you didn't do the bad, you didn't participate, but you were there. Now you've entered into a big trouble just by association. So be careful your choice of friends. Be careful your choice of friends. It's very, very important. The fifth point here is, dear child, never stop learning. Education is as important to the point that you decide within yourself, I will be in class, I will be present in this class, I will listen to the teacher, I'll pay attention, I'll learn, I will ask questions. Then you are on the right step to gaining your academic excellence. The sixth point is, dear child, be kind and gentle and cheerful always. Don't be that proud, snobbish child that thinks that being a rich man's kid and wearing designer's outfit is all there is to life, or the nerd that only reads and reads. Be cheerful and kind to all. Treat people with respect. Dear child, don't be in the habit of judging and criticizing people because you have no idea why people act the way they do. You don't know what they have been through in life. Also know that angry people make people angry and happy people make people happy. So be happy with yourself, and it will be natural for happiness to flow from you to others. Learn to give excuses for people. Now, this is a very, very important lesson, not just for children, for everyone. Be kind, be gentle. It doesn't cost anything to be kind and gentle. It doesn't cost anything to be cheerful. It's a function of your will. You just make up your mind, I will be cheerful. No matter what's going on around me, I will be cheerful. I don't have to be all gloomy, all, what's the word? Touchy, all touchy. So, and then it says here, don't be in a habit of judging people. Now, yes, you come across people, they might do something, rub you in the wrong way. Don't go about judging people because you don't know what they have been through. You don't know what they are going through. People are going through stuff. Angry people make others angry. If you see an angry person, someone is just trying to aggravate you, it's because they are angry. And happy people make others happy, because the happiness flows from the inside. So when you see those people so angry, so, just feel sorry for them because they are angry. Just make excuses for them. Maybe they are going through a very tough time. Just make excuses for them and move on. And then make up your mind to be happy and spread the happiness. With the way it's going, we might not be able to cover the entire 12. But this book is available, the Dear Child book is available in our Seller bookstore, and it's free. It's a free book. You can download it for free. You just go to www.seller.co/ m/Faith Things Resources. You can download the book for free. So we might be able to just stop after 2 more points. This is a book that you should have and go through with your friend, your children. If you're a child watching, this is a book that you can actually share with your friends and read through with your friends. It's a great book of advice. Now the 7th point here is, dear child, family is the most important thing there is in life after your relationship with God. You can always count on your family. They love you unconditionally. They love you no matter what. So love your family. No matter what happens, no matter where you are in the world, if something good or something bad is happening to you, it is always your family that will come to your rescue. It is always your family that will come to celebrate with you. So it is so important to keep a very good relationship. Love your family. Families have drama. There are family dramas everywhere. Every family, they have their own good and bad times. But love your family no matter what. Don't abandon your family. Because at the end of it all, no matter what's going on in your life, in the future, don't keep your family out of your life. Love your family. The 8th point here is, dear child, always remember that the sun always rises and sets again tomorrow. So no matter the disappointments, the disgrace, or the heartbreak, the sun will still rise again. Time will heal you and you'll be fine. Never ever consider suicide, trying to kill yourself. Again, remember that God loves you too much and He has a beautiful plan for your life. I'm going to stop, right here on this point, because this point is so important. There are sometimes young people go through things in life, and embarrassing things, depressing things, and they feel like the whole world is coming to an end, and it pushes them to even think of killing themselves. And some people have even attempted, and some people have actually killed themselves, probably because of peer pressure, bullying, or something, or they did something and they were called out and everybody knows, they were laughing at, and they feel like this is the end of the world, and they actually go on to kill themselves. Now the advice here is, remember, the sun always rises and sets again. No matter what you've been through, there is always a tomorrow. Time will always heal you. Time will always heal. I remember the story of this lady that I think I saw it on the newspaper or the TV or something. I think she stole. What she did was bad. So this is a classic example. I think she stole at the market, and they caught her. I don't even know what she stole. Whatever it is, maybe a piece of clothing item or something. And they caught this lady, and they tore her clothes to pieces. Like they left her naked, dragging her on the street naked. So embarrassing. That's the most embarrassing thing like a human being can go through. And then days later, we heard that she committed suicide and died. That's a very, very bad story. But the truth is, God has a special plan and purpose for that lady, a special destiny for that lady. If you can actually endure that, it will just take a little while. Yeah, people around you will know about it for a while, but tomorrow they will forget. And you still have your big life ahead of you. You can learn your lessons and even use that as a teaching point to others. And you can go on to fulfill God's plan for your life and become so great. Now I'm going to tell you a story of my brother. Now I always like to encourage people with this story. My immediate elder brother, he said he had attempted suicide several times because he was frustrated. Imagine repeating secondary school. I think he had to repeat 2 or 3 classes. He did a 6-year secondary school. He did it in 8 years. And it was as if everything was all wrong with him. He would get into school, he can't stay in school. Things were all bad. He said he attempted suicide like twice. But today, my brother is doing well. He is the king of barbecue and grills. If you Google him, you'll see him. He is doing so well, doing amazing things. And now, looking back, he can't even remember, why would I even want to kill myself? Or let's even assume that he succeeded in killing himself that time. We would have all forgotten him, and he wouldn't be making impacts right now in the barbecue and grills industry, doing amazing things. So the sun will always rise and set again. Time is going to heal you, no matter what it is that you ever encounter in your life. I want you to remember this word. Don't ever try to kill yourself. You have a purpose. God loves you. You have a destiny